Emma, I mean, you know that sometimes I don't know if I fear how much I love you or love how much I fear you, but there's a Star Wars convention coming up next weekend. Do you think we can reschedule our date night?
That was weird. Welcome everyone to this tech talk. My name is Rasmus Tammia. I'll be your host for today along with Marcus Frank. I promise Peter he has a lot of anxiety for me taking over today, and I promise Peter the hype Gartner cycle will come. Anyway, for those of you who know me, you know that I talk quite a lot about my neighbor Glenn whenever we have coffee at work. We talk about everything from relationships to my work, and right now he's very, very frustrated because he can't understand what I actually do at work. Like, no clue. And he's also very, very worried about my dating life currently. So that's why I said, look, Glenn, you can actually utilize artificial intelligence when you want to marry someone. So in this picture, this is a teaser, something here has been generated throughout AI. And it's the most authentic thing you can think about. We'll get back to that. Okay, this is Peter's conference in a sense, so I thought I'd bring the hype cycle. Last time we were here, ChatGPT had been around for roughly like 2 months or so. Now we understand more what generative AI is all about, and this is from 2023. It was at its peak. Right now, some are even arguing that it's reaching the valley of despair, as we call it, within this Gartner cycle. And some technologies within AI are currently reaching the plateau of productivity. Computer vision is a very good example of that. But yeah, Glenn is frustrated. You can come across articles like this in The Economist where AI is losing hype, and maybe that is just a testament that we now understand a bit more about this technology, but I'd still say it's a hype. I mean, come on, the Nobel Prize in Physics went to the ground research about artificial neural networks yesterday, if you saw that. Then I came across this article from Dagens Nyheter by Peter Wolodarski. He was reading a bedtime story to his daughter, and he utilized ChatGPT for, I don't remember, it was probably for asking some kind of a riddle. Regardless, what he concluded was that Sweden is falling way behind because the translation was very, very bad. And yes, we are in some ways falling behind. I firmly do believe that we can't compete with America or China when it comes to developing these foundational algorithms within AI. That said, I do feel like we have a very good chance at showcasing the world what we can do within the domains that we know the best, which is the process industry, base industry, automotive industry, for example. And that's why we're here today. We're here to talk about research and development within not only AI, but everything that we do here at Boliden and with our collaborators. Because if you utilize AI in the right way, it can actually do some pretty amazing stuff. So, Glenn, how did I actually utilize artificial intelligence? Now, bear in mind, the girl and I in this picture, we are not together. We are just two very crazy people. So, and I thought, well, if I'm going to marry Emma, as she's called, I mean, I know her to some extent. Yes, we do talk at work every once in a while. But if I want this picture to really feel authentic, how do I actually go about it? For example, when designing this wedding bouquet, you reach out to her very best friend. You reach out to her best friend, Sophia, and tell her, can you just write me a letter, one pager, where you describe your best friend? And she did. By the way, Tracy, where are you? This is your picture. Tracy's going to draw some of the presentations today, so please give her a warm round of applause also. Limpan and Fia, as they're called. So Sophia told me this in the letter. They've been childhood friends and they played soccer together at Skogsvallen, Juniplan. They usually go hiking every once in a while. Emma's favorite team in soccer is apparently Italy. And apparently they dress out as hamburgers and pizza slices. I don't know what that is about, but most importantly, she's the best friend one could ask for, no matter what. And yes, Emma has some quirky sides. She goes to bed too early, is very unflexible and so, but I mean, who's perfect? Anyway, I took that description, prompted it ChatGPT, worked phenomenally well. It gave me suggestions on some wedding bouquets. So I took that, went to the local flower shop, and here we are. That is Sophia holding the wedding bouquet representing their long-lasting friendship throughout the years. And that is probably, like I said, a good example of where AI can be a very powerful tool for a guy like me who's apparently marrying someone I don't know, but also it can really leapfrog and showcase how it can be a good representation of a long-lasting friendship. So then again, the most authentic thing in that picture is the wedding bouquet. Speaking of relationships and Peter, if you're marrying someone, you need to have a strong foundation in your relationship. At least I believe so. And Peter, I think whenever I ask you what is the technical foundation for mine automation, you're going to say network infrastructure, right? Oversimplified. So within the mine automation program, network infrastructure has been the key enabler for autonomous operations to happen. And Boliden has become a very successful test site to companies such as Ericsson or Telia. And I took inspiration from that. I thought, let's do like the mine automation program does, in the same way within my program, the AI program. So we developed this AI accelerator hub we call Boliden Edge Lab. For geeks around here, it relies on the most modern software components within cloud-native architecture. We're going to skip that. But what it does, it allows us to quickly go from idea to deployed solution. So in this clip, you're going to see a few examples of the AI applications we're running within the AI program. And bear in mind, yes, not all of them are pure, let's call it AI stuff. And some of them don't even require what we call a Kubernetes cluster. But still, just to give you a feeling. So please enjoy this clip.
At the technology department, we work with artificial intelligence through the R&D program called AI in Mining, in which we are looking at how can we utilize artificial intelligence as a tool to help Boliden's process and mining operations. And we do that essentially in two ways. First off, it's through cross-functional implementation, in which we collaborate closely with both site and local IT departments to have fast prototyping cycles. The second one we call concepts, in which we collaborate with industrial experts and academia to try to look into future technologies within that field. The AI truck bed inspection project is a project which we are collaborating with the local IT department in ITIC, and we are utilizing computer vision technologies to look at the truck bed at the ore trucks that are coming in. So when the ore truck is coming in and dumping the ore, we're using the camera that's mounted above the crusher to look down at the truck bed, and we are trying to tell whether or not the truck should undergo predictive maintenance. In the AI flotation operator project, we're looking at how can we help the flotation operator in his or her everyday work. So the flotation operator has probably by far one of the most complex tasks there is within a concentrator plant. There are several process variables to kind of supervise, and also external signals as well, and disturbances happening. So we thought that maybe we can utilize AI as a way to help the operator, for example, try to tell him or her what chemicals, for example, have the most impact for reaching a certain copper recovery. And that is probably one of the most state-of-the-art AI projects currently conducted within the process industry in Sweden. So I'm really happy about that. This project looks into how to design a mathematical model of the process, which then can be used to control the flotation process in ITIC in the most optimal way. That in itself entails high levels of research. But also what it looks at is how do we actually design these control algorithms so that they can exist in harmony with current control solutions that are executed in our control system, for example, the ABB 800XA system. So this is a really, really interesting project from so many aspects. This application utilizes a mathematical model of the flotation process to control the levels. And we were actually able to save roughly 3 million Swedish crowns each year in annual savings to Aitik by implementing this control solution for the flotation process. So I'm really happy about that. This application is actually the first application from the AI program to be productionized. And in this case, we're utilizing computer vision algorithms to look at the conveyor belt in Garpenberg. And the trick here is that we're trying to detect oversized boulders that potentially could get stuck in a chute. And that happens roughly 4 to 6 times each day. So imagine all of the production stops that we're able to avoid by removing those blocks before anything bad happens.
I'm sure you have a lot of questions about all of those projects. You can just grab me outside and we'll talk about it more. So wrapping up, I think AI can be a very powerful tool, but it is a means to an end. We shouldn't utilize artificial intelligence just for the sake of it, but we can really utilize that, I believe, to help Boliden's operations. And I'm very, very thankful for all the staff at site who are helping us out in these projects, whether that's operators or mechanics. You guys are great. And it can also be very authentic, like a good representation of a long-lasting friendship. And also, I do firmly believe that this will not necessarily replace jobs, but more so take us further up the road in terms of the value chain. This picture is one of the most beautiful pictures of myself, so I can't look at that because I'll start crying. If you're marrying someone, please have a solid foundation before you do so. Within Boliden, from a mine automation perspective, it was network infrastructure. For artificial intelligence, we utilize Boliden Edge Lab, our AI accelerator hub, to do that. But yes, of course, we do fail a lot, both within the AI program, but also within marriages, because I think Sophia would not approve of me as Emma's future husband. And with that, welcome to Tech Talk.